Hey guys, it's Bailey. Welcome back to the channel and thanks so much for tuning in to what's going to be a video all about some beauty products that I've changed my mind about for the better. These are products that I initially got and was like, oh, not for me, not really feeling it, but then, you know, either maybe the formula changed, maybe it's just my skin type changed, whatever the case may be. I now find myself actually using and loving them. So this was inspired by the first product. Let's go ahead and dive in. This first product is from Kevyn Aucoin and I got this from Octoly. I believe I talked about it in a 5 beauty things I'm loving a few videos back. And this is the Neo Highlighter in Sahara Golden Rose Glow. It's a gradient bronzy highlighter, which is kind of getting blown out by my lights here, but if you, you'll be able to see in the close-up that it's like deeper on one end and then it fades into this really pretty golden pearlescent highlight on the other end. I had initially tried one of the gradient blush to bronzers that they have out and it was a definite no for me. For the price tag, I just found that having a spectrum of bronzer to blush in one palette, I got just a muddied look. No matter if I tried to go to the extreme and use one or the other, it always just ended up kind of looking and blending into one color every single time. Was not for me. I thought for the price tag it should be like top notch, and so I kind of cast it aside until I saw this on Octoly and I thought maybe it's time to give it another chance. So I did, and as I explained in that video, my mind was changed. This, I think it's because the gradient is subtle enough and both colors are meant to be worn as more of a sheer wash across the skin as opposed to something more pigmented like a blush or a bronzer. I think that's more so why this works, but I'm here for it, and the formula is beautiful, and I love that you can get a somewhat wide, even though it really does not look like that much of a contrast here on camera, I promise you, you get a relatively wide span from the more deeper golden shade to the lighter champagne shade. So this is a winner for me. This next product is a brow product. It's the Maybelline Brow Drama Sculpting Brow Mascara. I believe I said that right. I don't actually have it to show here on camera because I used it all. I loved it enough once I changed my mind about it that I did end up using it all. I didn't repurchase it because I just had a lot of other brow products that I wanted to get through in my collection, but it's distinctly a product in my mind that, and I even said this in the review that I did of it, I didn't like it because of the ball tip. They put this chunky ball tip at the end that is thicker than my brows, let alone a lot of other people who might have naturally thinner or more sparse brows, and I was just like, why would you do that? So I found, thanks to a lot of you guys gave me this tip, I just snipped the ball tip off and it functioned as the greatest little mini spoolie for the brows. I love the formula, the way it tints the brows, it holds the brows in place. It's awesome. Obviously, I thought so because I used it all up. The next product is a foundation, and it's actually one that I even considered retrying because of a YouTuber that I watch and love here on YouTube, duh, Samantha Jane. If you aren't subscribed to her already, you definitely should. She makes some awesome beauty and fashion videos. She's one of my favorites as of late, but she loves the Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream here. I bought this probably 2.5, maybe 3 years ago off of Haute Look. I swear it's the same shade. I have Buttercup. And initially, I was like, I did not see the appeal. I don't know if it was a bad formula, but it came out as this really thick, moussey texture on my skin type. I've had combo skin for the longest time. It's been acne prone here and there, but pretty consistent skin type. And it just laid super unevenly. It got caught in skin texture and my hair. It was wildly unflattering. I wore it maybe twice just to make sure I was doing it right, and then I threw it in the trash because it was such an awful foundation on me. And here she is. She has oily skin. She has a ton of videos on foundation for oily skin if you're interested. But she talks about this and loves it. And so I thought, you know, maybe I should just give it another go. It was available again on Octoly. And so I applied to try it. And here it is. And I have to say, she's right. It's an awesome foundation. It's still, I think I just got a bad batch because this has a thicker, it's definitely on the thicker side, but it's not quite as moussey or chunky. So maybe they reformulated, maybe I got a bad batch, but this is definitely a real winner. It is on the thicker side, so you do need to expect that going into things, but it's not so thick that it kind of cakes and clumps up in any areas of texture you might have, like whether it's peach fuzz or dryness around your skin, just things like that. It really blended smoothly over all of that and was easily layered to a pretty full coverage foundation that lasted all day. So very impressed there. And the last product, there are only 4 products in this video. I realized as I was combing through my collection to find products that kind of met the products that I've changed my mind about requirements, there aren't a whole lot. The bar is really high, so only 4 products in this video for now. And that last one is from Physicians Formula. It is the Mineral Glow Pearls in Translucent Pearl, and this is one that I feel like I had been the outlier on for the longest time because pretty much ever since I started YouTube, this has been a favorite of everyone's. And I just didn't see what all the fuss was about. I do think that I was a little salty after I first tried it out, and I felt so deceived by the glitter overspray. When I first started YouTube, I was all about like pop and highlight. I mean, let's get real. If I could bathe in highlight, I would. I still am all about pop and highlight, but I didn't appreciate the value of a buildable highlighter, and so once that glitter overspray disappeared, I was like, you're dead to me, and I didn't really touch it again. I recently was compelled to pick it back up. I forget why. I was just like trying to shop my stash or whatever, and I realized as I was using it, this is kind of a rare find from the drugstore in how buildable it is. You can give it a quick swipe across your cheeks and it's this beautiful natural looking highlight, but you can really build this up to get an intense pearlescent highlight where the intensity isn't metallic, it's not glittery, it's a true like high shine pearlescence that just looks so stinking beautiful, and I've been missing out on that for years. So if you take nothing else from this video, I just highly recommend you go back to some of those products that you might have let sit for a little bit because they just weren't your favorites. Go back, revisit them. You might find that something's changed. Your skin type, your experience with their products just might have helped change your mind about that product. So that's kind of a natural end of this video, I guess. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I'd love to hear if there are any products that you know of already that you have changed your mind about since from the first time you started using it to, as you're using it now. Definitely let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys.